I'm a 17-year-old kid, so I don't have a lot of money to go out and find a DJ and pay them their full price to come out and DJ my party, so I had to get a little bit creative. So I got to know a few DJs working in the wedding business and started calling them up. And I asked them, how much do you want to DJ? Some of them would say, oh, I want $1,000. Someone would say, I want $750. And then somebody said, you know what? I'll do it for free. Let me be a partner with you in this party. I'll help bring my friends. I'll help promote it. But all I want is a percentage of the money that you make. Now the club has already taken 50% of my gross revenue. And now I'm going to bring in a DJ who's also going to take half of the profits that I make. So now 25% of the gross revenue, which only leaves me with 25% of every dollar that we bring in. But at least I don't have to put any money out of my pocket, because now I can start this business without pulling any money out of my pocket because I don't have any money in my pocket. So now I have a venue where I can host my event. I have the music, I have the entertainment. The only thing left is I gotta get people to hear about my party, and I gotta get people to actually want to come to the party, because if no one comes to the party, well, nobody makes money. I spent $100 hiring a designer to design me a flyer to promote the party, and then I spent another $250 to print 5,000 physical flyers, 4 inches by 6 inches, so almost like a photograph, but there were just these flyers promoting the party, and I got 5,000 of them, and now my goal was to get rid of and distribute all 5,000 flyers before the party starts. The first time I did one of these parties, I was able to flip my $350 investment into $30,000. I'm just kidding. My first party was a complete flop. The studio, the hall, the club that I was doing my party at got shut down the night before. So the night before the party, I had to find a new venue. It was a complete mess. I ended up losing money on the first event, and then we did it again the next month. And the next month, we made a couple $1,000s of profit. That was me. I made a couple $1,000s worth of profit even after paying all of these fees and expenses, because we were able to be creative with our marketing. We were able to get a lot of people to come. We were able to generate a lot of excitement, and I didn't have a lot of costs up front. I would market it with the flyers, and I would do a lot of Facebook marketing and a lot of word of mouth marketing. I would get people excited. We would tell people that we would celebrate their birthdays at our event. We'd give the birthday person free access into the party. That way they would want to come celebrate and bring all of their friends. And so we'd get a lot of different people to kind of word of mouth market the event by themselves. And this is how I started. After doing the same process a handful of times and making a couple $1,000s here, $1,000 there, $1,500 there, I was able to save up a little bit of money. And then I realized, okay, now I got some leverage. I know that I'm able to run these events smoothly. I know the people. I know that I have the contacts. So I went back to the clubs and I would say, I don't want to give you 50% anymore. Let me do it where I get 60% or 75%. So I was able to negotiate a higher rate for myself. And then I went back to the DJs and I said, I don't want to keep giving you half of the money I make. Can we work out a different deal? Or can I just pay you $500 up front? That way now I pay a little bit more money up front, but now I get to make more profit per event. And then I started doing more events. I got in contract with one of the biggest clubs on campus to be their college night promoter. So my face and my party poster was plastered on the side of the building. And every Thursday night, every college night, it was my party. It took me almost a couple years to make my first $30,000 doing this. But now I was making more money each semester because, one, I was able to negotiate better rates for myself, better deals for myself, because now I had some more money to invest back into the business, and I'm able to market better. So we're able to bring more people in, and we're able to charge more cover because people really want to come to our events. So it was like a punch, a triple punch. And that was when the revenue really started to accelerate, because in the beginning, when I started with just a few $100s, less than $1,000, I was just doing the bare minimum, just trying to get a hall, trying to get somebody to play some music, and trying to get people into the event. By the end of my junior year, my third year, now it wasn't just hiring a DJ and having a hall. We had a DJ, the hall, we had hired multiple limos, we had hired school buses, we had VIP service, we had so many different things going on. That way now it's more of a whole production rather than just event. And I still remember this because my biggest event generated more than $16,000, and I couldn't believe it. I did not realize that I could be making this type of money without even finishing college. The second way that you can flip $1,000 into $30,000 is by flipping real estate. And now if you're thinking, how in the world am I gonna buy a real estate property for $1,000? Well, you wanna flip real estate without actually buying the real estate. So when I started making decent money from my event planning business, I wanted to go out and buy myself the BMW 3 Series because I loved BMWs and I loved the 3 Series, and I thought it'd be really fitting for me. And I looked at the pricing and I was getting ready to buy it, but then for whatever reason, I decided not to buy the BMW 3 Series. This was at the bottom of the real estate crash. I kept hearing about the real estate market being at rock bottom on the news. I was reading money books, and every money book said that wealthy people invested in real estate. So I decided not to go out and buy this BMW 3 Series, and instead I went out and bought my first rental property. I was in college, and I bought my first rental property, and that got me really hooked on real estate. So right after that, I went out and I got my real estate salesperson's license. And I got my real estate salesperson's license when I was 19 or 20, and I started working for a brokerage called Keller Williams. And the broker that I was working for happened to be this teacher for some sort of real estate investing. And as soon as I started working there, she got really interested because I was the youngest agent in the office. And so she was wondering what got me into real estate. I told her that I liked real estate investing, and she said, wow, I'm actually a real estate teacher on the investing side. How about you come to one of my seminars? She was charging something like $350 a person to go to one of her seminars, but she gave me a ticket for free because I was an agent in her office. So now I got a free ticket to one of her real estate seminars, and I go there and I learned about this concept of flipping real estate contracts. It's called real estate wholesaling. So I go to the conference, and the speakers are talking about how you can go into a contract. Let's say this home right here is worth $150,000. So now what you want to do is you want to find a home like this that's worth $150,000, but you want to find it where there is a motivated seller. Maybe the homeowner here has been trying to sell their home. They don't want to go through an agent, and they've been trying to sell their home, but they haven't been able to do it for whatever reason. And so now you have to find this person, and if you can enter into a contract to buy the home for $135,000, well, now you have the opportunity to make some money. So what you do is you go to the homeowner and you talk to them, you figure out if they want to sell their home, and then you tell them that you want to buy the home for $135,000. And so now you have this contract to buy the home for $135,000. Now at this point you're probably thinking, but if I only have $1,000, how am I going to buy a $135,000 home? Well, you're only in contract to buy the home for $135,000. Now what you want to do, because you're a good marketer or you want to learn how to market this, is you want to find somebody else, a buyer, who is interested in buying this home, and then you're going to give this person a little bit of a discount off of the value of the home. Let's say they buy the home for $145,000. So now what you've done is you entered into a contract to buy this $150,000 home for $135,000. Now you're going to turn around and market this contract. You're going to market this home actually for $145,000. And as you start to build your network of people, it becomes a whole lot easier because you know who wants to buy a home. A lot of times these are investors, because these are people that want to find homes below market value. So if you have an investor that's ready to buy a home and they can get a home below market value, now you're going to sell them this contract for $145,000. So now what happens? This person pays $145,000. They go to the homeowner and give them $135,000, and the other $10,000 goes to you for finding the deal and putting together the deal. You just flip the property without having to pay a penny, because now all you did was you got into a contract to buy the home, and then you sold the contract to somebody else. If you enjoyed this shorter clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in real estate, our team put together an amazing guide on real estate investing. This guide goes over what real estate investing is, how to start using real estate to generate cash flow, and how to build wealth with real estate. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read our guide on how to start investing your money in real estate, you can download that guide just by clicking that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.